Hello there.
So we have already got a ton of information about Jurassic World Rebirth. We've covered the various dinosaurs that are appearing in the movie. We know the villain of the movie. We kind of know who the final fight is going to involve, and I discuss that all in other videos, which you guys can check out on my channel. But we are going to go over today some of the key plot details on this next Jurassic World movie, and more importantly, this new island, the origins of a potential new virus appearing in the movie, and where the plot is set to take our team of heroes. We're also going to cover a little bit more information about these mutant dinosaurs, because there is some information that I feel like when I said it, because I was dropping so much info in past videos, it kind of went over some people's heads about this next mutant dinosaur villain, or should I say multiple villains. So we're getting into it in this video. If you guys enjoy my Jurassic content, then check out my channel. I have a bunch more stuff just like this, and let's do it.
The Atomic Fair.
Now, as I said, we went over all the dinosaurs. We know that a lot of these dinosaurs are getting major redesigns, such as the Mosasaurus, such as the Spinosaurus, getting probably the biggest overhaul that we have seen in the entire Jurassic franchise. It's going to be a really big deal when this movie comes out. And then also the massive information of the massive mutant dinosaur villain, which I found absolutely hilarious, because when I first dropped this info, dude, it wasn't a lot, but there was enough people in my comments telling me that I was like full of shit, that this is going to collapse my channel, that nobody's going to watch my videos anymore because this is completely unreliable information. And I get it, man. I mean, not only is this like a controversial move for the Jurassic franchise, a move that a lot of people do not want to see happen, it's also something that just sounds like, story concepts that we already heard from the canceled Jurassic Park 4 movie, which we know is in fact what's happening. They're reusing some of these scrapped concepts from that movie in this upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth film. And that's probably why it's also called Rebirth, because it's the rebirth of the franchise, the return to form with some of the darker characteristics surrounding the dinosaurs, and also the inclusion of this mutant dinosaur villain, or should I say villains. Now, something I think went over a lot of people's head in my last couple of videos was when I mentioned the inclusion of a second mutant dinosaur appearing in the movie. Yes, there is going to be a second, smaller mutant dinosaur appearing in the film.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man.
Which they said is a trademark name, much like the D-Rex. Now, the original leaker of this information does know the full name of the D-Rex, but they cannot drop it because they said it's trademarked, and as soon as they drop it, Universal is going to bring the ban hammer. But they said that this other dinosaur also has a trademark name that's another failed experiment like the D-Rex, and a new species for this movie. Was made by accident, trying to clone another species. It's smaller than the D-Rex and isn't in the film as much as the D-Rex. It's said to be xenomorph inspired. Now, if the D-Rex is like the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the movie, I feel like this smaller dinosaur, which is going to be like an evolved mutant dinosaur, is going to be closer to like the Velociraptor of the first Jurassic Park movie. I feel like there's going to be an equivalency there. But they also dropped information of this new island and a lot of key details about the plot. Now, this is what it says about the island. It's not Isla Sorna, it's not Isla Nublar, but they said it's an old InGen island and a testing ground for new technology around the time of Lockwood/Hammond. However, was abandoned due to a lot of failed experiments deemed too flawed to exhibit. Came to a peak when the failed experiments got out and caused chaos. So, is there a, just real quick, is there a possibility that we're going to see dead mutant dinosaur carcasses in this movie as well? I think that's also probably a possibility. Or just like failed dinosaurs in testing tubes, similar to what we saw in Jurassic Park 3. Now, it says the experiments are contained and wiped from InGen's history due to a company-ending mistake as well as a ethics dilemma. The island was abandoned, species were left to die, but something has survived. The island became a dumping ground for misplaced species from around the world, which causes certain species to escape out of confinement. The main cast help in letting something out. So this is like the fucking island of misfit dinosaurs or something, apparently. The island is displayed to illegal boat tours in which the family get involved, and after the father promises his kids they'll get to see dinosaurs. Like, guys, and I hate to keep interjecting here, but this leak is like 100% real. I don't know. There's just some times where, you know, I've been covering and reading about leaks for years now, and there are just sometimes when you're reading a leak and you're like, man, this is real. Like, this is real. You just know it's real, and you know that this is real. It just coincides also way too much with various set photos that we've seen, various information that we've heard, and also the official plot synopsis that already came out. So to those who do not want to believe this is real and think it's fake, you know, say what you will, you know, ride that boat until it sinks, but I'm telling you right now that this stuff is real. Loomis specializes in neoplantology and is brought along due to his knowledge on both extinct and cloned species. The world is being affected by a disease caused by dinosaurs migrating off the equator, in which dinosaurs were dying off due to not being able to adapt and spreading disease when they die. Dinos on the equator aren't affected and have a higher tolerance, but safe zones are put to stop the spread. It's taken very seriously because humans can fall ill from it. A vaccine is the goal of the film, in which they extract DNA from all areas, land, sea, and air. So this would be land, sea, and air dinosaurs. So the vaccine can work in said zones. The vaccine is focused on humans and dinosaurs. The reason for it having to be the biggest species is because they're the most resilient to the disease. The disease is not DX. Now, some more information about this movie, which so far, man, I think this movie just sounds absolutely great.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it! Damn!
I know it's going in a lot of ways that people don't like in terms of the mutant dinosaurs, but I just feel like this series has to evolve in some ways, and as long as the story is written well, I think they can pull this off well. But they said it's set in 2029. They said InGen will make a comeback in a surprising way. No legacy characters will appear, but Hammond, Wu, and at one point Lockwood are mentioned. The crew don't trust Martin Krebs. He plays a role similar to Burke in Aliens at the beginning. However, he won't screw the crew over for a paycheck. There is a supposed traitor in the ranks who tries to steal the DNA for a rival company. Biocenter mentioned. The Dolomites are isolated from public access. Doesn't get much highlight in the film. A love triangle does ensue. However, Duncan has more of a brotherly love for Zora and doesn't trust Loomis, protecting her like a big brother. Loomis and Zora fall for each other over the course of the film. Now, more interesting information about the movie is that the crew boat is attacked by the Mosa. The family boat is capsized by the Spinosaurus, and a Titanosaurus is the long grass scene. So that would be the scene where they are all staring up at a massive dinosaur. Quetz gets a helicopter scene, Mosa gets the boat scene. So we are once again going to see the Quetzalcoatlus, I believe that's how it's pronounced, attack another aerial vehicle similar to the way it attacked that plane in Jurassic World Dominion. And it says they all appear more than once in the movie. So these are the big three massive dinosaurs of the movie. It'd be the Quetzalcoatlus, the Titanosaurus, and the Mosasaurus. And then, of course, I covered this in my other video, but the final fight is at night. The whole crew is trying to get off the island or being hunted by the D-Rex. Takes place at the docks. The Spino and the D-Rex fight, one of the best fights in the franchise. The failed experiments are based on real science examples of imperfect replication. So that is a ton of information about this movie. And I feel like, honestly, in terms of like movie leaks, you know, I have covered a lot of them over the years, like I said. I feel like this is one of the biggest plot leaks that we have gotten for a movie that has not even gotten a trailer yet. So when this trailer comes out, we're going to be seeing a whole bunch of stuff that we already knew was coming and is only confirming that these leaks are in fact real. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think about this. This is a ton of new information about this movie. It's interesting that the island is not going to be Isla Sorna or Isla Nublar, and it's interesting that it's going to be a completely new island as well, kind of an island of misfit dinosaurs where they dump all the failed experiments at and also make various other cloning experiments or hybrid experiments or just mutant dinosaur experiments, period. So this movie, like I said, if the plot is written very well and this is all of the stuff that happens in the movie, I think this is going to be one of the best Jurassic movies since the very first one. My favorite Jurassic movies are Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 3, I guess then it would be The Lost World, and then Jurassic World, but besides that, the other ones are just kind of hardly even worth mentioning, besides maybe a couple of scenes in Dominion. But if this movie is as good as it sounds, it seems like this may be the second best Jurassic movie behind, of course, the first one, which is always going to be unbeatable. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and for this video, That's all I got, guys. So until the next one, be safe, stay well, be blessed. Bye-bye.